Good afternoon. Welcome to the forecast discussion for March 25th, 2014. It's currently 1:13 p.m. and we're watching the evolution of what will eventually be a very impressive, powerful ocean storm that will develop rapidly tonight and will track just to the east of the Canadian Maritimes by tomorrow evening. This storm is rapidly developing. It's going to be intensifying significantly overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, but the brunt of this storm is going to remain well out into the Atlantic. The coastal areas like coastal New Jersey, southeastern New Jersey, especially in eastern Long Island, especially the outer forks there, will have the most significant impacts, primarily strong winds, and also a brief period of moderate snow, producing potentially as much as 3 inches of snow. Now, what do we have in place here? We have the radar in place and kind of showing the evolution of this storm. This is what we're watching right here. You see, the main storm is well out here. But this little edge here is part of the inverted trough here that's kind of kicking back. Is the remnant of the polar disturbance that is transferring its energy to the subtropical disturbance. So it's kind of like a bridge here. And this portion of the bridge is what we're going to be watching as it tracks north and then skirts the coast. So for portions of, let's say, New York City, of Philadelphia, we're really looking at a trace to at most 2 inches of snow on grassy, cold surfaces. But for the most part, we're dealing with a trace of snow on pavement. Okay, this is not a major winter storm. What will be a major impact, though, will be the strong winds. Looking at 15 to 30 miles per hour, 20 to 40 miles per hour along the coast, with gusts over 40 miles per hour, especially as you are right along the immediate coast or if you're over eastern Long Island. Winds are going to be a concern here and could cause power outages, especially late tonight into tomorrow morning as our storm rapidly intensifies. There's another aspect here to consider. Even though we're going to see some moderate precipitation, and this precipitation will fall as snow, it's the current observations. Take a look at this. Temperatures right now are in the upper 30s to lower 40s. That means your pavement's pretty warm there. As this precipitation is moving northward, we will see temperatures fall back towards freezing and fall below freezing tonight. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we will have lows in the mid-20s. The problem here is the timing. Those temperatures crash into the 20s as the storm's leaving, as cold air is really being drawn into the low pressure system. During the brunt of the precipitation for tonight, temperatures are going to be marginal, 33, 34 degrees, and the accumulation is going to be a little bit more difficult. So if you're looking at, let's see, a model guidance and it's putting out a ½ inch of liquid precipitation, or in some rare cases, some of the mesoscale models even put out as much of an inch of precipitation, which I have my doubts on, seriously, based on the observations I'm seeing here. Most of that is not going to accumulate because the boundary layer, the surface temperatures, are just a little bit too warm. And a general rule, whenever you have an easterly wind like what we're seeing here, okay, whenever you have an easterly wind set up, even though it'll eventually turn northeast, you're already introducing that marine air mass influence right at the lowest levels of the atmosphere. So all these factors combined with the fact that we are seeing some influence of a March sun heating up the air mass that's currently in place, modifying that air mass. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at snow, it's going to limit snowfall accumulations. So, as a result, we'll come back on this. I'm going to show you exactly where we'll experience the best accumulating snowfall. Also wanted to show you the surface map here. What we'll expect is that this low pressure system will track east-northeast. We'll have this low pressure system develop. That will track east-northeast. And eventually they'll merge into one powerful storm out here. But you'll get this dual barrel low pressure system kind of lifting east-northeast, paralleling the coast but staying far enough off the coast to keep that heaviest precipitation over the coastal waters and not over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area or coastal New Jersey. We're also seeing a little bit of a fight back with this ridge here, which is not really keeping cold air in place all that well, but it is suppressing some of this precipitation from pushing into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area at a fast pace. It's slowing it down just a bit in terms of virga and dry air at about 950 millibars or so. That's not going to last long though, but it's another factor that's kind of influencing this storm. Then this high pressure system is going to be in place for tomorrow afternoon on through Thursday with modifying temperatures and improving conditions. So we're not that far away from more spring-like weather that will be on the way. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see here what I want to show you is this. You see these colors right here? This represents cloud tops. Okay, in fact, let me see if I can put that up. Here we are, infrared temperatures. Okay, you see this? So the lighter the color, the colder the cloud top. The colder the cloud top, the stronger the lifting. Clearly, the best lifting is focused over the Atlantic Ocean and not over the coastal plain. Still, we are seeing some lifting over the coastal plain. It's weak, but it's there, it's present, and it will organize itself to produce a period of light to even some moderate snow right along the immediate coast for a short period of time. On the water vapor satellite picture, you can see why this whole pattern supports a storm further out to sea. Again, here comes our storm from the Pacific slamming into the west coast. Here comes our ridge, it's starting to get knocked down. Here's our polar disturbance. Here's our subtropical disturbance. This polar disturbance will catch up to the subtropical disturbance right about here, and that's when we'll see our storm explode. If we had any type of blocking here, like a strong upper level low, this right here is just a progressive trough. If you had a strong upper level low just kind of pinwheeling here, this would have moved slower, closer to the coast, and then we would have had some major problems for the region for tonight. But we don't have that, thus the storm influences, the worst of it, will remain out over the Atlantic. So going back to the radar here, where are we going to see the best potential for accumulating snow? Let's say from Atlantic City on south through Cape May, you have the best potential of seeing a burst of moderate snow late tonight into early tomorrow morning, looking at about 2 inches for most locations, could top off at 3 to 4 inches in some isolated locations. Remember, you're going to see snow falling from the sky, but a lot of it's going to have a hard time accumulating, especially initially with temperatures in the upper 30s. And on that pavement, especially any pavement that's been treated, it's going to be even more difficult to accumulate as the surface temperatures are just warm. They're just well above freezing right now, and that's going to be a lingering impact through much of this storm as it's rapidly exiting. Another area that would see some accumulating snowfall above the 2-inch threshold will be eastern Long Island and extreme southeastern Connecticut. Look for around 3 inches, possibly as much as 4 inches in these locations. For the most part, it'll be on grassy, cold surfaces, but nevertheless, if you're looking for snowfall, you either want to go to southeastern Connecticut, eastern Long Island, or extreme southern New Jersey. Everyone else, look for about a trace of an inch to an inch of snow, possibly an isolated 2 inches of snow on grassy surfaces. On pavement, pretty much just wet as long as it's treated. But again, as temperatures crash as the storm's leaving tomorrow, watch out for black ice for your commute, for tomorrow morning's rush hour commute. Honestly, by the time we get into the heart of the rush hour, this storm should be long gone. Okay, what we'll be dealing with are very windy conditions and cold temperatures by the time we get to 9-10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So again, this storm, the brunt of this storm will remain out over the Atlantic, but we do have some minor influences that we're going to dodge here. And of course, the most important one will be the strong winds right along the coast that could create some wind damage and some power outages. So be prepared for that. And as far as the coastal flooding threat, there will be some minor coastal flooding, especially on the New Jersey coast. But the good news is that as far as the lunar cycle is concerned, we're kind of in between the new sun and the new moon and the old moon. So we really don't have, should I say full moon, old moon. We really don't have a significant impact as far as any lunar influences, but some minor coastal flooding will be a threat. Again, if this storm was closer to the coast, this would have been one nasty storm. So the storm develops and it leaves by tomorrow morning. You can see by tomorrow morning it's well to the east of Cape Cod and the precipitation is well off the coast. So again, the brunt of this storm will be basically between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. That's it. So while most of you are home and sleeping, that's when the storm's going to pass through. The GFS is the least, I wouldn't say the least impressive, because all the models generally show this evolution. The NAM is the most aggressive of driving an inch of QPF. I'm not buying it, but I think the GFS, the Canadian, and the new European is starting to come out is pretty much reasonable from what we are expecting. So then that storm exits by tomorrow. Look for temperatures to rebound into the upper 30s to lower 40s for highs. Then high pressure takes control for Thursday with scattered cloud cover. Look for temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s for lows, mid 40s for highs. Then we start to moderate, and we have a cold front that will be approaching the region on Friday. Look for periods of showers Friday evening, but will be much warmer. Temperatures on Friday morning, lower to mid 30s, highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s. And then for Saturday, we have another area of low pressure that will be approaching the region with the threat for scattered showers and some heavier downpours. Again, warm though, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for lows, upper 50s to lower 60s for highs. So we're pretty much entering, we just go right from winter right to a very active spring pattern with a series of low pressures that will be moving through the region. Saturday night into Sunday looks rather wet with an area of low pressure along a cold front. Again, all rain. So there's no need to be concerned about frozen precipitation. That rain exits the region. By Sunday afternoon, we clear out. Temperatures rebound into the mid 50s for highs, and then high pressures in control for Monday with scattered cloud cover and temperatures in the mid to upper 30s for lows and mid to upper 50s for highs. And then Tuesday, we have another weak cold front approaching the region with a few scattered showers, but still pretty much near normal. Upper 30s for lows, upper 50s for highs. So again, we had a close call here with this storm, but as I've been suggesting, if you don't have blocking in the northern Atlantic, it's hard to keep a storm along the coast, and we're seeing that playing out today. I'll continue to keep an eye on this storm in case it pulls any tricks, but right now it looks like just a minor to moderate snow threat along the immediate coast and some windy conditions. As always, thank you for watching NYNJPA Weather. You can follow Liz weather information at nyNJPAweather.com and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.